It is completely normal in life that sometimes we feel a bit down and demotivated. What is not normal, it is when these moments they last much longer than they usually do, and then I'm talking about a month or even more. If that's the case and it's happening to you, then for sure there's something going on that is taking your energy away. On today's video, I'll be talking about some possible causes to help you identify the problem. Hi, I'm Juliana. If you like self-development, especially on the topics of mind, body, and soul, then this channel is definitely for you. Make sure you subscribe and you hit the notification bell. If it's been a while that you feel constantly without energy and tired, then something serious might be happening. You should really seek for professional advice to figure out if there is some sort of physical diseases or even some issues like anxiety and depression. Sometimes we also go through prolonged periods of stress in our lives, like big changes, big moves, lack of money, and things like that. And if that's the case, I'm pretty sure the cause is going to be obvious to you and you are already working on it. Now, if you have got yourself checked and there's nothing obvious going on, then you still gotta figure out what is causing the lack of energy. And sometimes it's actually a combination of factors. So listen to the topics I'll cover today and pay special attention to the ones that they resonate through to you, because most likely it's because they are. And watch this video until the end as well and identify as many possible causes as you can. To keep this video organized, I'll split the content in 3 parts. So part 1, I'll be talking about physical aspects, part 2, mental, and 3, of course, the soul. The main energy source for our physical bodies, it is the food that we eat, and nowadays it is highly processed and full of chemicals. So if your diet is full of processed food, most likely you are lacking some vital force, which you could get from fruits and vegetables, and also maybe some micronutrients like vitamin D, B12, and iron, which causes a lot of fatigue. Speaking about vitamin D, you need some sunlight as well. It is clean and free energy. So if you live in a city that the weather is not really good and it stays cloudy and rainy for a long time, that for sure is going to affect your mood and your energy levels. Exercise is also important. Besides getting the good hormones that will make you happy and feeling good, also you're gonna get your energy moving, because if you don't do that, your vital force is going to get stagnant inside your physical body. So you need to exercise to get that flowing through your system so you can feel energized. A good night's sleep is also important, not only for the physical body, of course it will get recovered, but also for your mind, your brain, and even your soul, because it travels back to the astral levels in order to recharge. The last thing I'll mention as a probable physical cause, it is the use and abuse of chemical substance. So that includes medication, smoking, drinking, and drugs. If you do any of these, or maybe a combination of them, for sure it's going to impact your physical body and as a consequence, your energy levels. You have no idea how much impact your mind has in your physical body and on your energy levels as well. I personally believe that most of the issues that we have, they come from our thoughts. Now, because people usually they don't do practices like mindfulness and meditation, they're not even aware of what is going on in their inner world. And the worst part is your brain doesn't make a difference between what is real and what is imaginary. So basically, if the scenario is happening in real life or you are only imagining it, it will have the same impact on your physiology. So if you worry about the future or you feel afraid that something really bad might happen, your body will have a stress response as if these kind of situations were really happening in your life. You see why it's so important to learn how to ground your mind in the present moment, because usually in the present moment you are perfectly fine and safe. Now, if your mind goes to the future a lot of times and it lives in worry and fear of the things that might happen, that will be affecting your body a lot and definitely depleting your energies. Other mental patterns that might be affecting you: complaining, negative thinking, and the way you talk to yourself, your inner dialogue. We're more inclined to criticize ourselves than to make compliments. Now, for you to understand what impact it has, imagine that somebody comes and tells to you exactly the same things that you keep telling yourself inside your head. How that make you feel? Do you get my point about what you've been doing to yourself? There's nothing more exhaustive than trying to be a person that you are not. And as humans, you do have to play a lot of roles to fit in society. And sometimes one or more of these roles, they are completely out of alignment with your soul. And when that happens, you're going to be lacking a lot of vital energy. This might be happening in pretty much any aspect of your life. So as it is quite wide, the possibilities, I'll be talking about the two most common that I observe happening to people. The first one that I see very often is when the person's job is not really aligned with their natural inclinations. When you work with something that is aligned with your talents, that's like a self-generating battery. It will keep you moving and keep you energized from the inside. The opposite is also true. If you work with something that is not into alignment with you, with your core energy, then probably you're going to be giving a lot of energy in order to get that work done, and you'll not get anything in return. So how do you know if the work is aligned with your soul? Well, just pay attention the way you feel when you're getting ready to work. If you feel like you are going for a funeral, most likely you are in the wrong job. The second thing that I see very often, it is when people, they get trapped into relationships that are not serving them well. That might be happening because of a few different reasons, but usually they have to do with the human conditioning and belief system. So you end up putting an effort to make a relationship happen because you believe it is the best for you, and you end up not realizing how much it is actually draining your energy away. Anything in your life that is out of alignment with your soul, trust me, you will know it in the core of your being. You might choose to ignore it for a while, but sooner or later, you're gonna have to deal with it. Because when that happens, a lot of vital energy gets drained out of your system, and that will have some consequences, sometimes even physical illness. That's pretty much it for today. I do have a couple of videos on motivation that you might be interested about it as well. I really hope today's video has helped you somehow. Thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.